Caitlin Clark, a name that has become synonymous with innovation, determination, and disruption in the world of basketball. Her meteoric rise to WNBA stardom represents more than just a successful career, it's a story of breaking barriers and redefining what's possible. Her game is audacious, her attitude unapologetic, and her legacy just beginning. But to truly understand Caitlin Clark, we need to take a journey through her roots, her early days growing up in Iowa, her unstoppable rise in high school, her legendary college career, and the undeniable force she became in the WNBA. Born on January 22, 2002, in West Des Moines, Iowa, Caitlin Clark grew up surrounded by competition. Her father, a former basketball player at Simpson College, and her two older brothers, Blake and Colin, played an instrumental role in her early development. The Clark family's backyard was a battlefield games of one-on-one that pushed Caitlin to test her limits from a young age. As Caitlin Clark entered Dowling Catholic High School, expectations were high, but she exceeded even the loftiest hopes. It wasn't long before she became one of the most talked about young players in the country. Averaging 33.4 points per game her senior year, Clark's stats were staggering, but they only told part of the story. In 2020, Caitlin made her decision to stay in her home state, committing to the University of Iowa, a move that sparked excitement in the local basketball scene. As a freshman, she took the NCAA Storm. Leading the nation in scoring and assists was something no player had ever accomplished in their first year, but Caitlin did. She made deep threes look effortless, picking apart defenses with the precision of a seasoned veteran. Her play style, quick-release threes, deep range, and aggressive ball handling challenged the conventions of women's basketball. She became a pioneer of sorts, drawing comparisons to NBA greats like Stephen Curry. But with her success came critics. Some argued she was too flashy, too bold, and that her game wouldn't translate to the professional level. The hate started early, but so did her determination to prove everyone wrong. By the time Caitlin was a sophomore, she had become a household name in women's college basketball, leading Iowa to deep NCAA tournament runs. She was named a Naismith Trophy finalist twice and received the Nancy Lieberman Award for Best Point Guard 2 years in a row. Still, the critics persisted, questioning her physicality and defensive abilities. But Caitlin was focused on one thing: winning. By 2024, the world was watching Caitlin Clark's next move. As the top overall pick in the WNBA draft by the Indiana Fever, she entered a league full of elite talent.
With the first pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark,
many of whom had already achieved legendary status. The pressure was immense, with analysts dissecting every aspect of her game and WNBA veterans openly expressing doubts.
Second page. Next question.
So you had the #1 pick this year. You would take Paige over Caitlin?
Absolutely.
I'm talking about in college. Who plays the style that how
What
Caitlin
is the
plays?
style? Just threes? I've had games in college and pro, 6, 7, 8 threes made out of 12, 11, 13, not 20.
Reality is coming. There's levels to this thing. And that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side, where, you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time.
The beginning of her rookie season was an adjustment. The physicality of the WNBA was new, and there were growing pains. WNBA veterans, perhaps feeling threatened by her rapid rise, made sure Caitlin felt the intensity of the league. Online, the hate was even louder. From social media to commentators, Clark was scrutinized for her boldness on the court, whether it was celebrating after a deep three or speaking her mind in interviews.
Nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats. you know, those aren't fans, those are trolls.
As the season progressed, Clark found her rhythm. The flashy assists, long-range shooting, and leadership on the court became impossible to ignore. Despite the physicality, she consistently led her team in points and assists. Her most notable moment came when she recorded the first triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history, an achievement that silenced even her loudest critics. Beyond her personal achievements, Caitlin Clark's style of play has sparked a revolution in women's basketball. Her deep-range shooting, court vision, and ability to perform under pressure have challenged the norms of the game. Young girls across the country are now emulating her style, proving that Clark's influence reaches far beyond the court. While her rookie season cemented Caitlin Clark as a future star of the WNBA, the journey is far from over. With the potential for championships and international glory on the horizon, the world will be watching as Caitlin continues to prove her doubters wrong and push the game of basketball to new heights.